Well, our number one concern at present is definitely the insufficiencies in funding that are coming from the province for transition houses.
Libra House is a shelter in Happy Valley Goose Bay for women and children leaving abusive relationships. Staffed 24 hours a day to provide those services. Costs are rising, but Alicia Neville says contributions from the province aren't keeping pace.
Our funding in the current fiscal year is just shy of enough to pay our salaries and benefits to our staff. So for us, that means that all of the other expenses are on the onus of Labor House, and that can be a tremendous burden.
One problem, she says the province negotiated and signed collective agreements with their staff, but didn't give the shelter any more money to pay the bigger bill.
The province really needs to step up and start reaffirming its commitment to the shelter and to the women and children, the vulnerable women and children that we're trying to serve here.
And it's not just an issue in Labrador. There are concerns on the island as well.
Government really needs to realize that this has gone on long enough, and we're providing a very important, vital service to women and children experiencing violence in this province, and we don't feel as though we're listened to.
The money for those shelters flows through the Newfoundland and Labrador Housing Corporation. In a statement, officials said they are aware that some transition houses have been operating in a deficit, and over the last 3 years provided more than $1 million to help with financial concerns, like salary increases and inflation. The umbrella group for shelters in the province says a boost in base funding is the solution.
This year alone, 4 transition houses have been in a position of not being able to make payroll without having to call the government of Newfoundland and Labrador as an emergency and say, what do you want us to do? Close beds for women and children fleeing violence, or pay the staff what you've negotiated them?
Government documents show that base funding for shelters has essentially stayed flat since 2020, increasing by less than 5% in total over 5 years. Over the same period, inflation ran at more than 20%. Rob Antle, CBC News, St. John's.